Lucy and Tim discovered they had been given a dosage of truth serum after initially feeling drowsy from touching the moist walls of the deserted building. The revelations and insights that followed were diverse and, in one case, extremely seismic. "I hate making mistakes in front of you," Tim was first to reveal, presenting brand new news to his ex. Tim then sought to be prudent, stating, "We should keep quiet until this wears off. It's better for us." In the 3rd grade, he snuck a hamster into our classroom in my pants, which is his most embarrassing memory. Before he realized it, though, he was discussing it. The two attempt to occupy themselves with police work, but after a fast-forward period, they resumed their work, but this time on a more profound level. Tim claimed that because of the type of father he had growing up with, he deserved to be punished. And since he wasn't there to discipline me, I disciplined myself by ending my relationship with Lucy. Tim attempted to pretend that it's kind of flattering for Lucy and that his ultimate punishment was to deny himself her, but she quickly pointed out that you didn't punish just yourself, but also her. "I know," he nodded. "And look, if you never fully forgive me, I totally understand." Then the biggest revelation came. "I've already forgiven you," Lucy blurted before catching herself and laughing awkwardly.
Huh.
I wonder when that happened. The filmmaker later revealed that we didn't actually hear the baby names discussed. Lucy's realization/confession is, yes, another good sign on the way towards where we are going with them, all of their finances, and this is what happened to the nanny they interviewed earlier in the episode. Bob the Skeleton was a private investigator who was taken out after he discovered the Westview crimes. The police are able to charge the new hospital head with a variety of charges, and Westview is permanently shut down. The only meaningful takeaway from this episode that might come up in the future is that Glasser is going to potentially exploit all of the weird things that transpired at Westview as a new defense. He tells Abigail that he spent so much time at the hospital, and with all those hallucinogens in the air, perhaps he wasn't in his right mind when he carried out his crimes. It's possible that Glasser will enter an insanity plea rather than continue to maintain his innocence. In any case, I believe this could have been a part of an episode with a regular narrative without going off the rails with this entire documentary episode. I like that The Rookie is attempting to experiment with these kinds of episodes, but I prefer simple storytelling that doesn't rely on plots and random characters from previous episodes. This episode became far too complicated, and aside from Chunford possibly moving toward a future together, fingers crossed, there weren't many really significant developments that made me glad I watched. So, please, going forward, let's avoid the documentary gimmick. The episode begins with the Mid-Wilshire Police Department meeting with the documentary crew they have collaborated with in previous episodes, and John Nolan, Nathan Fillion, talks about the case of Abigail Tierney, Madeline Coughlin, a missing woman who was once the fiancée of Nolan's son and who was reported missing after they broke up. Abigail's case has a lot of corny red herrings, like the fact that she is initially filming a horror film, so we see a lot of her scream acting, and that Angela Lopez, Alyssa Diaz, donated funds to help produce the film. Glasser's eerie persona has always been a welcome addition to the show, but it seems a bit pointless to try to tie this character into the plot. Abigail then flirts with a security guard to get access to the abandoned ward at West